Hi guys, and welcome to my betting predictions video for the 16th of March. Just a quick reminder, as per usual, the link for this spreadsheet is in the description, and there are different codes that you can use which are at the top of the page, and also my trade link, all the stats that you need to know about what I've got and stuff. So yeah, quickly we're going to recap what happened on the 15th. So we got a 70% win ratio. This doesn't include the draw that we got. So Liquid versus Immortals, quite convincing on the maps that Immortals won. There was like a 16-5 for the first one, so yeah, we got that one right. iNation versus Outlaws. I know a couple of you were really happy about this one because I put the high bet on it and we won, so that's good. GODSENT versus Spirit. GODSENT losing 16-12 unfortunately. We won this one 10-16 to X Dark Passage against Dream Chasers. EnVyUs versus GODSENT, pretty easy series for EnVyUs actually, they won 2-0. Now this one was a shock. Fnatic versus Virtus.pro, on train, arguably one of VP's best maps. They lost 16-2. Heroic versus HellRaisers, they beat HellRaisers 16-12, not a lot of trouble really. aTTaX took 2 maps against Tengri, one of them was really close, it went into like single or double overtime, I'm pretty sure. Crowns versus Dream Chasers, this was a really close game, we were unfortunate not to win that one. This one surprised me as well. Maxis or C or whatever their name is, looking a lot stronger than what I anticipated them to be, so that's good. X Dark Passage versus Chrome, easy win for Dark Passage, 16-1. Crowns versus Vexilla, won that one 16-5, which was pretty crazy. HellRaisers versus Heroic. Heroic took it fairly easily actually, 16-6. And then VP on Fnatic's map pick I think, which was Mirage. VP won 16-5. So they swapped maps, like I don't know how, but they did. Tengri versus Gambit. Yeah, drew the series, kinda expected Gambit to win, but Tengri impressed me. What can I say? Nip versus Kinguin, 16-12, looked alright with Draken actually. He seemed a bit like tentative at points, but he played well in the end. North versus Astralis, North got, North smashed Astralis 16-4 in this one. Pretty crazy to be honest. Kinguin versus Nip, 16-14 just to Nip. They were down like 8-13 or something like that as well, Nip. So, impressive comeback, but still shouldn't have gone down that much in the first place. Astralis versus North, thankfully they did win that one 16-11. And then Denal versus Winterfox, Denal won that one 2-0, so not a lot of trouble. So we've got a lot of maps, or matches for the 16th, so I'm going to try and best explain them as I can, but I don't want to like make the video too long. So, Immortals versus Winterfox. I think this one's pretty simple actually. You could potentially go for high bets, but I wouldn't, just because it's a best of one. Well, you bet on each map individually. So I personally wouldn't put a high, but I'm fairly certain that Immortals will win this one on Overpass. We have Poop Loop viewing our... Okay. Luminosity versus Misfits. This could be quite a close game, especially considering recently Misfits drew 1-1 against Denial, who aren't a great team, and I'd say Luminosity were a better team than Denial. So in both of these I'm putting lows on Misfits because I still think they have the favoured team in this one. Same concept for the first game that I mentioned for this one. Space Soldiers versus PENTA. Space Soldiers have been performing amazingly recently, and I'm fairly confident that either Space Soldiers will win this map 2-0, win this match 2-0, or either draw 1-1. So I think it's fairly safe to put a medium bet on that one. Vexilla versus Rush 3D. I think Rush 3D are actually the favoured team in this matchup, but I'm putting a low bet on Vexilla just because their recent performance is being actually amazing. I think they've won either 4 in their last 5 or like all of them in their last 5. Rush 3D looking pretty ropey to say the least. So that's why I'm putting the low on Vexilla. LOG versus GameplayDNA. This is a very low tier EU matchup, so you might want to skip it. But I'm personally putting the low bet on gameplay in this one. Again, looking at recent performances, LOG did beat Tengri 2-0 on best of 3, but apart from that they've lost 4 in their last 5. GameplayDNA looking very solid in the last few games. Well, there was a match, I can't remember what it was. You know what, ignore me, I can't find it. So, but yeah, GameplayDNA, I think we'll take this one against LOG, but the low bet because it'll be a quite close game. Flipside versus Tengri. I think Flipside are the favourite team in this one, but I'm putting the low bet on Tengri in this best of 2, just because of kind of the upset potential in this matchup. Flipside have been playing terribly, Tengri have been playing great. I think it's worth sort of gambling on. So I think either Tengri 2-0 or it will draw 1-1, so you won't lose any money on this one. Spirit versus HellRaisers. Spirit did really well against GODSENT on the 15th, but yeah, so it's a bit hard to call in that respect. But HellRaisers are still the favourite team just about in this matchup, I think. They did take a map against I don't know, I can't even find it anymore. My eyes. Oh, they came close to beating Heroic 16-12. Not so much on the second one, but still. So I think putting a low bet on HellRaisers is a safe option in this one. North versus Rogue, best of 2. Don't really see North having any issues, especially after beating Astralis 16-4. And it's best of 2 as well, so it's worth gambling on. Astralis versus Heroic, it is a strong map for both of the teams. I think out of raw skill, Astralis are favoured, but in terms of the map pick, Heroic are favoured, so it's kind of a close matchup in that respect. So I'm putting the low bet on the current major champions. iGame versus GODSENT, even though GODSENT did they lost 2-0 against EnVyUs, but of course EnVyUs I'd say is a much greater team than iGame, but it is only one map. I've watched a couple of games from iGame on Train. They've looked fairly decent. Recent matches have kind of brought this game closer than what it should be normally, so I'm putting the low bet on GODSENT. Na'Vi versus Fnatic. If I had to bet before the 15th, then I would have said Na'Vi on Train, but considering how I saw them play against Virtus.pro, I kind of see Fnatic as the favourite on Train, which is kind of crazy considering it's Na'Vi. But I'm putting the low bet on them. It will be a close game. I think it'll be a closer game than the VP one, but I still think Fnatic are going to kind of repeat what they did against VP and beat them. Tengri versus Kinguin. Even though Kinguin lost both of their maps against NIP, they were really close. And of course I've kind of already described Tengri in the other matches. So I think Kinguin are going to take this one in this best of 2, putting a medium bet on them. aTTaX versus Flipside. Again, same as the Tengri match, I think Flipside are the favourites, but I'm putting the low bet on the underdogs, which is aTTaX. Again, combination of 2. aTTaX playing well in the most recent games, Flipside playing pretty awful. The map is Train though, so it's kind of always been a good map for like Eastern European / CIS teams, so you've got to take that into account, but I'm putting the low bet on aTTaX. Dark Passage versus Vexilla. This one's quite interesting because it's on Dust 2 for some reason. Of course not in the active map pool anymore. But I think raw, because Dust 2 is more of an aim like Angel map in terms of how maps go, and I think the X-Dark passive side have a lot better aim than the Vexilla side, but I'm only putting the medium bet on just because I don't put high bets on best of ones. It's just not me. Then we have Big versus Rogue. Big were in a bit of a slump, to say the least, but have kind of brought it back now, looking pretty decent in the most recent games, and it's kind of the opposite for Rogue. Rogue had this peak where they started playing really well and then kind of dropped off. So in terms of recent performances, I'd go with Big. Also Cash, I think it was like Chrome took it to overtime against Rogue as well, which isn't like a side that you would normally be seeing taking a team like Rogue into overtime, so I've got to say that Big are the favourites in this one. Fnatic versus Na'Vi, this one's on Mirage, so I'm putting the low bet on Na'Vi in this one. Again, kind of Angel-y map. If you get Simple and Guardian going and Flamey, I can't see Fnatic even having a chance in this one, but I'm putting the low bet just because of Fnatic being unpredictable and Na'Vi being unpredictable at the minute. So yeah, the low one on Na'Vi for this one. Astralis versus Heroic. This is kind of similar to the Nuke one that I said. They're playing on an Inferno, which is also the most recent addition to the Active Duty map pool. Heroic kind of been struggling on the Inferno since it's been put back in, whereas Astralis kind of the opposite. They've been performing quite well on it, but again, just they're so unpredictable at the minute, especially from IEM, how good Heroic did and exceeded everyone's expectations. I kind of see them having a chance in this one, but not taking it. Pride versus Gambit. Gambit, of course, drew 1-1 against Tengri, but I still feel like they're the stronger team against Pride. We need to see a good performance from Dosia, just because he's been kind of having a bit of a slump at the minute. Pride, the recent matches have been okay, not amazing, so I kind of hope that goes in favour of Gambit. Now, I know this is the map that you'll all be waiting for, because you people like your high bets. Fnatic versus Epsilon, best of 3. This is the high territory. When it's a best of 3, there's a chance of me putting it on high. Ignore my voice cracks as well. I know you've been pointing them out. Fnatic, of course, playing amazingly against Virtus.pro. Epsilon are now without Draken, who is their best player, well, was their best player. So I can't see anything else than Fnatic winning this one. And if Epsilon win this one, I might do like a giveaway or something, just because of how sad I'll be. So yeah, Fnatic win, or I do a giveaway. LDLC versus MOUSESPORTS. MOUSESPORTS looking really good against North, I think it was. They beat them in 2 maps in a best of 3. Let me find it, 2 seconds. Here we go, yeah. North lost to MOUSESPORTS 16-8 and 16-5, which is pretty crazy, especially against a team like North, who did take a map against Astralis. LDLC, they've not been performing well lately at all, but still it's the best of 1 technically. Cobble still a strong map for MOUSESPORTS against LDLC especially, so putting the low bet on them, and this kind of also converts to the Nuke one, low on MOUSESPORTS again. EnVyUs versus North. No, I think this is EnVyUs map pick for Nuke. However, North did manage to take 11 rounds against Astralis on Nuke, so very promising in terms of that. EnVyUs, what won them these games up here was XMS surprisingly showing up, but I don't think this is going to happen again. And if that doesn't happen, then I don't see them beating North. And as for this one, Cobble is definitely a stronger map for North, and definitely, well, not so much a strong map for EnVyUs. Selfless versus Premier Rejects. This is a close game because, you know, low NA. It's a best of 2. I'm putting the low on Selfless in this one. Even though Selfless haven't looked amazing in their most recent games, I still see them beating Premier Rejects just because they've been playing better opponents. They've been playing like Liquid, they've been playing SK. Whereas Premier Rejects, their 2 wins are like against teams like Looking for Org and Blight or something. So I'm putting the low on Selfless. Hopefully we'll win that one, or hopefully we win all of them. And sorry, that seemed like a bit of a long video, but quite a lot of matches to look over, so it's going to be like that. Hopefully we win lots of bets. That'd be quite nice. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Maybe they can earn some money too. And thank you for watching.